from your news and information leader, Tennessee's first and only local news in high definition. This is News Channel 5 at 4.
And good afternoon, everyone. Vicki has the day off. Well, as you know, the heat is still on in Middle Tennessee today, with temperatures forecast today to be even hotter than yesterday. So just how hot is it? Chief Meteorologist Ron Howes joins us now, and we are still in the triple digits, aren't we?
Yes, 101 right now in Columbia, and it has been, Amy, as warm as 102 down there. It looks like that's the hot spot so far. Let's take a look at right now some of the other. Now let's go to Amy.
Thanks a lot, Ron. Well, as the heat rises, so does the amount of energy used to keep cool. Today, that energy reached an all-time high. NES reports using 2,645 megawatts of power today. The previous record was set yesterday with 2,614 megawatts. NES services 355,000 customers in Davidson and surrounding counties. The utility says we are not in any danger of rolling blackouts or losing energy, but they are asking customers to be aware of how much electricity they use.
When it's this hot outside, everybody starts cranking up their air conditioning unit, and so we've seen record peaks the last 2 days.
So, which companies use the most electricity? Our Monica Gutierrez is working on that story, and she'll have the answer coming up on News Channel 5 at 5. The extreme heat is forcing several local school districts to ban all outdoor practices until at least Saturday. Metro schools are the latest to join that list. The district's director of athletics says after consulting with the directors of sports medicine at both Vanderbilt and Baptist hospitals, the decision was a no-brainer.
Very good. They understand that they may lose some games, but they're not going to lose athletes. And the health and safety of our student athletes is the #1 priority.
As the head coach, you're always worried about them getting enough water, being in the shade, getting enough time off, make sure in between that you've got enough breaks. So when it starts getting this bad, the other day we had practice, we've had a break like every 7 minutes.
Other school districts to stop outdoor practices are Rutherford, Cannon, and Wilson counties. There's a water shortage alert out tonight for Bowling Green and Warren County. City and county officials are calling for water conservation by both residential and commercial customers. Officials say violators could be subject to a $250 fine for non-essential use of water, such as washing cars or driveways and filling swimming pools. Metro Parks and Recreation took a major step in helping folks beat the heat. All 24 Metro Parks and Recreation community centers are officially serving now as cooling centers. The buildings will have extended hours tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and into next week. The purpose to provide an icy oasis for those who need to hide from the harsh heat wave. News Channel 5's Phil Jones has more. Well, if you're a golfer, you know the importance of practice and no doubt good practice balls. In the past, practice balls were very brittle, they cracked easily. But now there's a new generation that's closer to the real thing. Consumer Reports just checked them out. News Channel 5 consumer investigator Jennifer Krause shows us the results. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. More legal troubles for Pac-Man Jones. This time, the Tennessee Titans themselves are taking on the suspended cornerback. News Channel 5's Eric Yetzi is here with the very latest. What now, Eric?
Well, Amy, the Titans have filed a grievance in court asking a judge to stop Pac-Man from wrestling in an upcoming total nonstop action event. A Williamson County judge signing a temporary restraining order.
I was going to say, we really don't clearly know his role yet.
It's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
Could be literally, because about a month ago, defensive end Kyle Vanden Bosch was in a TNA event, did some minor physical activity, wouldn't call it wrestling, but he just signed a big deal about a year ago. You would think that he's not going to risk that sort of investment to do this sort of thing. So it all maintains what's exactly in that injunction and what is Pac-Man's role specifically going to be. We're not going to know till Sunday night.
This story's getting so much ink, so much airtime. Unbelievable, the publicity. Thanks, Eric. More to come. Well, fire investigators still do not know what caused a fire that damaged 2 West End restaurants yesterday, but those 2 restaurants will be back open soon. Today, cleanup crews work to get P.F. Chang's China Bistro and Fleming Steakhouse ready for business. News Channel 5's Phil Jones has the story. As Phil just reported, P.F. Chang's China Bistro is hoping to reopen on Monday. The restaurant is sending customers to the Cool Springs location. Fleming Steakhouse will reopen in just under 1 hour at 5 o'clock today. Nashville fire investigators are still working to determine an official cause of the fire. Grease buildup in that kitchen hood vent is one possibility. The two restaurants sit in a 15-story high-rise office and retail building in the 2500 block of West End Avenue. Workers say the fire plan to evacuate the entire building worked well when the alarm sounded on Thursday. Well, this hot weather is really tough on firefighters. It's something they have to watch out for all the time. Because of their protective clothing, firefighters don't get the cooling benefits that sweating provides most of us. Even if you don't fight fires for a living, this weather can be very dangerous. We spoke to a district fire chief today. He told us what symptoms you should look for in the event of a heat stroke. It's been 1 week since the walls collapsed in a Utah mine, trapping 6 men. And while hope may be dimming for some, rescue crews are not giving up. They're now boring a third hole through the mountainside while workers underground continue digging around the clock. Stacy Case tells us all this is taking a toll on the families.
This is News Channel 5 at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. In Memphis, another person died today from the heat. This time it was a 32-year-old man. Investigators found the man's body in the yard of the apartment building where he lived. The Shelby County Medical Examiner said his body had an extremely high temperature. This makes 6 people in all who have died from heat-related deaths in Shelby County. The noon temperature today in Memphis was 100 degrees, and the forecast there was for 107. Chief Meteorologist Ron Howes is here now. And Ron, we're having record highs here in Middle Tennessee, but fortunately no fatalities, no deaths here in Middle Tennessee.
Our humidity hasn't been quite as bad as in West Tennessee.
The drought and the heat are taking a toll on area farmers, and it could affect you at the grocery store. Farmers and ranchers are selling livestock earlier than normal this year. Farmers can't grow hay to feed their cattle, and some are running out of water. News Channel 5's Mark Bellinger is at an auction in Wilson County today, and Mark, I understand it is very busy.
Amy, they are very busy. In fact, they said they'll be here.
This is News Channel 5 at 6.
And good evening, everyone. We reached a record high in Nashville today.
The heat's really causing problems for those who have to be out in it. Tonight, we have team coverage of this heat wave. We begin with News Channel 5's Josh Talkington live at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. Josh, one fair worker died yesterday and another went to the hospital.
It's definitely hotter than anyone can remember, right, Ron, or at least any of us here.
Well, that's certainly the case. As in terms of the length and the intensity of this, it's been a long time, if ever, as long as weather records have been kept, we've seen anything like this. Today, 106 degrees so far.
All right, thanks a lot, Ron. Well, whether folks are sitting behind the wheel or sitting at home, the sizzling heat has a lot of people searching for relief. News Channel 5's LaCheryl Tucker is live at Bicentennial Mall. And LaCheryl, I would imagine many people are staying indoors if they can help it.
Well, Amy, you would think so. Now,
well, for the 4th time in 10 days, the health department has issued an air quality alert. There are serious levels of ozone in Nashville's air. News Channel 5's Monica Gutierrez is live outside. And Monica, this is a dangerous time of day for anybody with health problems to be outside.
That's exactly right, and that is why the health department is asking those people.
Police say they've caught the blanket burglars. Last month, robbers broke into 2 Brentwood schools, stealing tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. News Channel 5's Jeff Tang has been following this story, and Jeff, police know who the robbers are, and they got to them just in time, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right, Amy. Investigators say that the thieves are ready to sell those stolen goods. Now, the 14 suspects have not been arrested yet. Detectives say they won't be until the case is presented to the grand jury. But, Amy, the 4 will likely face several felony charges.
All right, Jeff, thank you. And as you know, detectives say at least one of the teens suspected of robbing Woodland Middle School is a former student. That explains how they knew their way around the school. President Bush is working to get more support for the war in Iraq. Meanwhile, in that country, more violence, from a fight with U.S. soldiers to a suicide attack. Susan Roberts tells us 26 people even died in a religious celebration.
With chaos.
Okay, if you like big rocks, check this out, a girl's best friend. A small South African mining company claims it's made a huge find, a diamond twice the size of the world's largest stone. In this picture, you can see the diamond in relation to a cell phone. The claim needs to be verified, but company officials say the stone is about 7,000 carats. The world's largest diamond, the Cullinan, is around 3,000 carats. While most of us slept, the Earth's shadow crept across the moon for the second time this year. Allison Harmelin shows us what it looked like all over the world. NewsChannel5.com. Once you're there, just check out sites in the news. All right, Chief Meteorologist Ron Howes is in the Storm 5 HD Weather Center. And Ron, of course, what we need is a good, long-soaking rain. I see a little something going on the radar.
Yeah, there are a few little showers out there. Nothing that would get us out of this kind of deficit, though.
Only on CBS 19, the Eye of East Texas. Only on CBS 2. Right here on CBS 21. Right here on